Good day, good people. In today's lesson, we are going to be looking at this particular question, Psychogeometry, written June 2017, paper 2, ZIMSEC. So let us read through the question and see how best we can answer it. Question irikuti, in the diagram, the points R, T, X are on the circumference of a circle center O. The diameter XR is produced to P and PT is a tangent to the circle at T. RPT, that's RPT, is equal to y degrees and RXT is equal to 2y degrees. Question irikubva find part 1 RTP in terms of y, then part 2 the value of y. So where should we start? Chekutanga takadzidzisa isusu kuti kana muchiita psychogeometry it's best kutanga maita fill in ma-angles are obvious to you. Saka tika-apply this theorem panapa. What is the theorem? Okay, let me write it down. We see kuti RTX and iri equal to 90 degrees. And the reason is you can put it or you can just not put the reason, but reason panapa ndeye kuti angle in semicircle. Because XR is a diameter and tikuona kuti this diameter we have an angle subtended panapa. So this angle is going to be 90 degrees. Okay, so after taona izvozvo manje, what else can we see? There is another theorem which we can apply. It's not necessarily a theorem, but it's a property of triangles. Kana tiine a triangle like this, then we produce this line, say it. You should know kuti angle iri kunze kunoku, ngatiti indi theta, inenge iri equal to the sum of these two angles. Let us call this alpha and this beta. Saka kana takadai so, tiri kuti theta iri equal to alpha plus beta. Let me explain again. Kana tiine a triangle, then we extend the line of one side. This external angle is going to be equal to the sum of these two interior angles. You can test this on any triangle. Let us rekantange equilateral. We know that equilateral it's just 60, 60 and 60. Tika produce kunoku. According to our theorem, the angle theta panapa should be equal to the sum of these two interior opposite angles. So 60 degrees plus 60 degrees, we see that it's 120 degrees. Saka tikada kuzviita futi through another method, we are going to soon see kuti kana tikada kuwana theta tichishandisa angles on a straight line, tenge tangoti theta plus 60 degrees is equal to 180, kureva kuti theta iri equal to 180 degrees subtracting 60 degrees, and our answer is still 120 degrees. You can see that both methods are producing the same answer. Try it with a triangle with different angles. Like talking about 80 panapa, upper 50, upper 50. What is going to be this angle theta? According to our principle, theta should be equal to 50 degrees zerapo plus 80 degrees, which gives us 8, 19, 11, 12, 13, 130 degrees. Munogona kuita futi another method yekuti theta plus 50 degrees should be equal to 180 degrees. Why is it so? Because my angle is on a straight line. Mukasoti theta is equal to 180 degrees subtracting 50 degrees, you are going to see with 180 minus 50 still gives us 130. Saka that is an important principle. Let us now see how best we can apply this principle. Tikaverenga our first question, iri kuda kuti titsvage which angle RTP. Saka RTP kuda kuti angle yacho ndeino iyi. Okay? But you should actually be careful of the term in terms of y. Saka kana zvichinzi in terms of y, mkoma George, kuti in terms of y, zvinoreva kuti the answer should contain y. Saka in terms of y zvoreva kuti answer yatichawana inofanirwa kuva ina y mukati mayo. Hazvisi kureva kuti tisolve for y. Muri kuunderstanda? Saka we are not solving an equation ichitipa the numerical value of y kana kuti ichitipa number iri associated with y. Hatisi kutarisira y is equals to a certain number. Tiri kutarisira RTP is equal to an expression which contains y. So in order for us to find an expression which contains y, how are we going to do that? Okay. Kuti tiwane an expression which contains y, we can consider this triangle PRT. Toona kuti tinogona kuwana angle ino iyi. Angle iyo tinoiwana sei tichishandisa principle yatabva kudiscussa. Saka angle yacho inenge iri PRT. Saka PRT, this external angle inenge iri equal to these two interior angles, kureva RTX plus TXR. Saka PRT iri equal to RTX ndi 90 degrees plus TXR ndi 2y degrees. Saka this angle iri pana R iri equal to 90 plus 2y degrees. Angle yacho iri equal to that now. We can now use the sum of angles inside a triangle kuti tiwane the angle RTP. Saka tinenge tichiwana sei. Panapa tiri kuti angle ino iyi which is RPT tikaedda kune angle iri pana R which is PRT. Tozoedda ku angle yatanzi titsvage nequestion RTP. This should give us 180 degrees, sum of angles inside a triangle. Then isusu tiruda kutsvaga RTP, so we make it subject of formula. Kura tichadzinga zvimwe zvese zvoenda ku right hand side, yova 180 degrees minus RPT minus PRT, like that. So this is equal to 180 degrees subtracting. What is RPT? Saka RPT ndi y. Subtracting, what about PRT? PRT ndio yatacalculate panapa tikaona kuti ndi 90 degrees plus 2y. But what's important panapa is we should put the value of PRT inside brackets. 90 plus 2y because of this negative. Like that. Remember, whenever you are dealing with expressions, harufangwa ku represent a certain value, you have to put them inside brackets. Saka this then is equal to 180 subtract y, then panapa we remove brackets, minus times 90 into minus 90, minus times 2y into d minus 2y, like that. So this is equal to ta group like terms 180 minus 90 minus 2y minus y, which is equal to 180 minus 90 into 90 minus 2y minus y into 3y. Saka answer yedu inonomakwa, it's 90 minus 3y. Ndiyo the value of RTP in terms of y. Saka reka ndise therefore statement kuti zvinatso make sense. Therefore RTP is equal to 90 minus 3y. Samukona kuti answer yenyu ina y mukati mayo, ndo zvinoreva kuti in terms of y. So that's an area you have to be careful of. Okay, if you did not understand, you know the channels to use so that we explain further. You can use the comments to profile your question. What we now want to do is, maybe I'm actually allowed kuona kuti panapa patacalculata PRT tawana 90 degrees plus 2y. I actually encourage you kuti muite edit in maangles acho, then pata calculate RTP tawana 90 minus 3y. So this is 90 minus 3y. Okay, let us now look at the second part of the question. For the second part of the question, kana musina idea kuti theorem noshanda ndeipi, I encourage you kuti muende ku New General Mathematics book 4 mutarisa, I think it's chapter 3, topic geometry. Pane ma theorems aripo, I think there are 3 or 4. Pane theorem ema cyclic quadrilaterals, pane theorem ema alternate angles. Saka papachashanda theorem ema alternate angles. So theorem ema alternate angles ndo ichatipa the value of y. So how are we going to apply the theorem, geometry theorem of alternate angles? The theorem of alternate angles inotiudza kuti angle inogadzirwa ne tangent painosangana ne a chord, like in this case this is the point of contact. Turikuona kuti this tangent PT iri kusangana ne chord TR yosangana futi ne chord TX. Saka when we have such a situation, external angle ino E inenge iri equal to an opposite internal angle. Saka external angle is equal to opposite internal angle. That is it. So you can check our lessons we did on geometry. We have a cluster of lessons. You can also check in New General Mathematics book 4 to solidify this. Saka, what it actually means is 90 minus 3y, which is the external angle, is going to be equal to the opposite internal angle 2y. And the theorem panapa is what? Alternate angles. Saka I question iri little tricky pakuti vashunika the application yacho. They've actually, in most cases, tangent yedu inenge iri kunoku kusasuku to make it more apparent, but panapa it has been inverted. Saka if we solve this small equation, we get the 3 marks. Kurewa kuti 90 is going to be equal to 3y plus 2y. 90 is equal to 5y. We divide both sides in a 5. Y degrees in equal to 5 into 5 1. 5 into 9 it's 1 with a remainder of 4. 5 into 40 it's 8. Kurewa kuti y is equal to 18 degrees. So this is how this question is done. Pandoda kuti munyanyo kubata pa in terms of y kuti zvinorevei, then also practice the theorem of alternate angles inokubatsirai to answer questions like this. Where do you find it? In our cluster lessons or in NGM book 4. If this video has helped you in any way, may you please consider subscribing, liking, sharing and commenting. And if you are financially capable, maybe joining the community. Otherwise, if you want extra lessons or to join our class, our private class, you can WhatsApp us on +263 71 521 3310. Take care and have a blessed day. Okay, this lesson had been concluded, but I need to add something. Saka tadzidza this property kana kuti this principle to do with triangles. Inoti iyo, this external angle theta inenge iri equal to the opposite interior angles, in our case alpha and beta. Saka panapa tiri kuti theta is equal to alpha plus beta. I want you to know kuti kuextenda this line applies to, we can extend any line of the three sides of a triangle. Tinogona kuinyora yakadai so. We have our triangle, but cha extendewa manje kuside kunoku. Again, this theta is going to be equal to this alpha and that beta. Saka it's always opposite interior angles are equal to an exterior angle. We can actually even do it like this. Then we extend this part. This alpha is equal to opposite interior angles. Mapaona. We can do it anyhow. We can do it like this. To extend this part, this alpha is going to be equal to the opposite interior angles. Saka, you should be privy to this. Kuti, maybe let me just write it as we seal off. Exterior angle is equal to sum of opposite interior angles. This is the theorem. Thank you. Again, I'm sorry, I need to emphasize something, but this is going to apply to those who have a keen eye for mathematics. Ndoda kuti muongorore zvaitika panapa kuti pane kufanana kuripo between this and that. Saka kufanana kurapa manje kuno explainiwa sei, because tiri kuti this exterior angle is equal to alpha plus beta, this also exterior angle is equal to alpha plus beta. Saka kuti ti explain this, ndoda kuti muone zviri kuitika panapa. Tika extenda line iri but tichishandisa madots aya, tiri kuona kuti angle ino E inenge iri equal to alpha plus beta, kureva kuti angle ishi ne angle ino E should be equal, but as equal iri ma angles aya, they are equal tichishandisa the principal angles kana kuti opposite angles at an intersection. What we learned patakaita ma angles paya tichiti, if we have an intersection like this, angle ino E is equal to this angle, and also angle E is equal to that angle. Sa mukacherechedza panapa muchaona kuti patori cross section iripo. Ndikada kuitrace cross section yacho nde ino E like this. Ndosaka angle E yafanana ne E. Ese are equal to ma angles akafanana alpha and beta. So this is for those who are keen in math, but I just saw it and I wanted to instruct on it. Thank you. Ode to what we have just done, patanga tichitarisa exterior angles and opposite interior angles pama triangles. I have created these two questions as your homework. You can put your answers in the comments. Those who are part of our school, you know where to put your answers. So pa number 1, I want you to tell me kuti theta ngari equal to which two angles? Kana ngari equal to the sum of which two angles? Pa number 2 also, I want you to tell me kuti theta ngari equal to the sum of which two angles? I want to see if you've understood what we discussed. Thank you.